I came to Community of Christ in the 1980s. The first one who came to the congregation was my mother, that small congregation in Ensanche Espaillat. Then, after 6 months, I made the decision to be baptized. It was something incredible and very beautiful. After I came into the congregation, now baptized and confirmed, I began to exercise my ministry immediately. I didn't come to sit down, and many people took me very seriously. I was quite young, a teenager, and I found myself well connected with people because sometimes teenagers are not taken very seriously. I was assigned the task of working with children. The pastor helped me a lot to prepare the church programs. They also took me very seriously, and from there my leadership began. Later, I was called to the office of elder, and the church began to take on a different character because more adult people were coming. We were no longer just young people, and the church bought a building, and we started to expand. We changed our location. We were no longer in Ensanche Espaillat, we were in Ensanche Luperón, and the mission began to grow. In the early 90s, in 1993, I was called to work for the church. I started working as a missionary coordinator for the national church. And in that way, we started working in several provinces. That pastor with whom I started was very respectful, very missional. He helped me to learn a lot about the church growth and evangelism. That was a fundamental point for me. The mission of the church has always been special time because as the church grows, it grows in numbers, but it also develops. And that has been a strong foundation in congregational leadership. For me, all the spiritual practices are important, but one of the practices that stands out for me is dwelling on the Word. When I focus on studying the Scriptures, looking for a space where I feel calm, comfortable, delving into that search of how to be transported to the time, place, culture, looking for the sacred that moves us, that motivates us. That leads us to this personal reunion with the Creator. It is very, very important for us as disciples to embark on that very special search because it forms us. It helps us to grow and to develop, and it gives us another perspective of life's circumstances. Since I was called to the office of apostle, I have experienced several difficult situations in my life. Many difficult situations that sometimes one does not choose, but they come. And that narrow road that one has not chosen, but it comes, builds our character and helps us grow, mature, and see how we can face the future when those difficult moments come. First, we face them, and then we see how we can act in those difficult times to help others resolve those situations. So you must have courage. If it affects me and I am resolving it in me, then I can help others in any situation because a disciple must be prepared to work wherever they are, and in situations they often decide not to be, but end up being in. The disciple must act with knowledge, not our knowledge, but the knowledge that comes from beyond. from someone greater than us, because there is a promise. There is a promise from God for us that God will not abandon us. And if God is with us, then we can move forward to achieve those things that others have not been able to do, and then help others achieve them too. Sometimes the road can be difficult. Sometimes there can be turbulence, but look to the future with optimism. Always hoping. Hoping must remain in us. The disciples, even among the difficulties, even if we do not see things clearly, I believe that looking beyond a prophetic church like Community of Christ must have disciples who look to the future with optimism, always hopeful, looking beyond what others can see. I believe that we have the capacity to act, to see a prosperous future for the generations that come after us.